amendments to the Copyright and Related Rights Act. Fisheries Minister assures decisive action to address the long-standing challenges plaguing the sector. And the Maldives Industrial Development Free Zone to establish an agricultural economic zone in Fushidingarfalu.
Good evening and welcome to News. I'm Nashra and thank you for joining us today. The Parliament passed significant amendments to the Copyright and Related Rights Act on Monday. The bill, introduced by Nilandu Member of Parliament Fatmat Sauda on behalf of the government, was approved with 57 lawmakers voting in favour. The amendments were refined by the Economic Committee before the final vote. The updated Act extends copyright protections to a broader range of works, including penal and technical products, performances, voice recordings, and broadcasts produced within the country. It prohibits the reproduction or distribution of copyrighted works without the owner's permission, though exceptions are allowed for educational purposes. The amendment grants copyright owners the right to pursue legal action against violations. This includes the ability to seek injunctions and claim compensation for damages caused by unauthorized use. Notably, the duration of copyright protection has been extended from 50 years to 70 years. Penalties for copyright infringement have also been revised, with violators facing fines ranging from 10,000 rupiah to 100,000 rupiah for minor offences. For more serious breaches, fines between 50,000 rupiah and 300,000 rupiah may be imposed. The Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources, Ahmad Shyam, assures fishermen that the government is taking decisive action to address the long-standing challenges plaguing the sector. Speaking on MMTV's Bodu Khabar program, Minister Shyam acknowledged key issues, including limited fish weighing, processing capacities, as well as inadequate access to fuel and ice, which have hindered the fishing industry for years. To tackle these problems, Minister Shyam outlined the government's plan for the capacity development. He revealed that work has already begun to expand fishing processing facilities, aiming to achieve a capacity of 300 metric tons once completed. Additionally, the minister stressed the need to halt raw fish exports, emphasizing that the exporting processed fish would bring higher value to the nation. Minister Shyam highlighted that the government inherited a debt of around 250 million rupiah owed to fishermen when it assumed office, a backlog that has since been fully cleared, demonstrating the administration's dedication to supporting the fishing community. He also noted the detrimental impact of the previous administration's decision to raise fish purchase prices during the elections without a sustainable basis, a move that hurt private fish companies. The government plans to complete a significant portion of its initiatives by next year, including the establishment of some of the new ice plants and ensuring equal fuel pricing across all atolls. Additionally, the minister highlighted the loan opportunities for fishermen to install refrigerated seawater systems on vessels are expected to provide lucrative investment opportunities. The Maldives Industrial Development Free Zone, MIDFZ, has partnered with China Harbour Engineering Company Limited to establish an agricultural economic zone in Fushidingarfalu. The initiative supports President Dr. Muhammad Muizzu's vision of enhancing food security in the country. The State Trading Organization STO confirmed that the project, initially to be developed in Utturuttilafalu, would now be implemented in Fushidingarfalu, identifying the location as the most suitable for the initiative. An agreement for the project was formalized in March with the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) between MIDFZ and the Chinese firm. Food security is a significant challenge for Maldives, with around 90% of the nation's food being imported. Even essential commodities rely on imports, highlighting the country's vulnerability. Sea fish is one of the few locally sourced food items. This agricultural economic zone is expected to reduce the country's reliance on imports and support sustainable food production efforts. The Maldives immigration detained 14 foreign nationals in Hulumale last night as part of the country's ongoing crackdown on illegal immigration. The operation targeted 2 accommodation blocks housing expatriates, with 9 illegal migrants arrested at the first location. In the second search, individuals including 3 women and 2 men were detained, bringing the total number of arrests to 14. This action is part of the Operation Kurangi, a nationwide initiative aimed at addressing undocumented migration. As part of the operation, the government has already collected biometrics of over 10,000 foreign nationals living in the country. Minister for Homeland Security and Technology Ali Hussain stated that the operation covers 138 islands and is expected to be completed by April 2025. So far, the government has successfully deported around 5,000 illegal migrants this year, setting a new record. The continued efforts reflect the government's commitment to tackling illegal immigration and ensuring the country's security. A new bill has been introduced to the Parliament that seeks to restructure the Attorney General's office, removing it from the civil service and establishing it as a separate entity. The bill, presented on behalf of the government by MP Abdullah Rifau, aims to create a distinct government institution with its own legal framework and operational structure. Under the proposed legislation, the Attorney General's office would operate independently, with clear responsibilities and a defined role separate from the civil service. The bill outlines the process for appointing the Attorney General and the senior staff, such as the Deputy Attorney General and Solicitor General, and sets forth the conditions for their removal, resignation, and appointment. The restructuring comes in response to a need for greater independence for the office, which, despite being constitutionally defined as an independent body, has traditionally operated under the civil service. By establishing it as a separate entity, the bill ensures that the Attorney General can carry out their duties without the constraints of the civil service structure. It also aims to align the office with other independent institutions, such as the Prosecutor General's Office, which functions under its own legal framework. The bill also includes provisions to enhance transparency and accountability within the Attorney General's office. For example, the Attorney General will be required to submit an annual statement detailing their assets, business interests, and liabilities. This statement will be made available to both the President and the Parliament, ensuring the oversight of the office's activities. In addition to clarifying the roles and responsibilities of the Attorney General, the bill outlines 2 categories for the office's employees: legal service and administrative service. It also provides for the determination of salaries, allowances, and benefits for staff in accordance with national policies, including health insurance and retirement provisions. back. The Maldives Customs Service seized 390 grams of cocaine worth approximately 987,500 rupiah. The discovery was made during a routine inspection with preliminary tests confirming the substance as cocaine. A Maldivian male suspect has been arrested in connection with the case and handed over to the Maldives Police Service for further investigation. In a separate incident on November 12th, customs confiscated 3.3 kilograms of drugs smuggled by sea. The contraband intercepted at Malé Commercial Port included 2,282 grams of cannabis and 1,038 grams of cathinone. Authorities noted a sharp increase in drug-related seizures in recent months. In October, customs intercepted 5.9 kilograms of drugs, also shipments of cannabis and cathinone smuggled into the country by sea. These seizures follow a major operation on 24th November where security forces confiscated 468.6 kilograms of drugs with an estimated street value of 1 billion rupiah. The Secretary General and the Consul General and Sergeant at Arms of the People's Majlis have reassumed office to serve another term following parliamentary approval last week. The reappointment was confirmed after the Parliament's successful vote, with all three officials receiving overwhelming support. Secretary General Fatma Nusha was reinstated with 79 votes in favor, while Consul General Fatma Filza and Sergeant at Arms Major Retired Tolhat Hassan each secured unanimous backing with 80 votes. According to parliamentary rules, these appointments must be made before the completion of the first two sessions of a new parliament, ensuring that the Legislative Assembly continues to function smoothly. The officials whose roles are crucial in maintaining the parliament's operations will serve another 5-year term. Their reappointment underscores the trust placed in them by the lawmakers as they continue to lead key administrative functions within the legislative body. The People's Majlis is now set for a new term with its administrative team in place, ensuring continuity and efficiency within the legislative process. Maldives Islamic Bank MIB has been awarded the Islamic Entity of the Year 2024 at the 9th IFFSA Awards held in Colombo, Sri Lanka. The recognition honors the bank's role as the first and only fully fledged Islamic bank in the Maldives and highlights its ongoing contribution to the development of Islamic banking in the region. The event, attended by financial experts and industry leaders from around the world, recognized MIB for its leadership in promoting Sharia-compliant banking practices. As the Maldives pioneer in Islamic finance, the bank has introduced a range of financial products aimed at meeting the needs of the local market. In addition to its products, the bank has played an active role in raising awareness of Islamic finance in the country, particularly through initiatives focused on financial literacy and supporting students pursuing studies in the field. The award reflects MIB's continued influence on the growth of Islamic banking in the Maldives and its broader role in the regional financial landscape. The bank's recognition is also seen as part of the global expansion of Islamic finance, with increased interest in Sharia-compliant banking models. In a significant boost to the Maldives tourism sector, the nation welcomed 1.8 million tourists by the end of November 2024, a remarkable increase of 5.7% compared to the same period last year.
November alone saw 172,985 visitors, marking a steady rise in the country's tourist arrivals. This growth aligns with the Maldivian government's ambitious goal of attracting 2 million tourists by the end of 2024. The Tourism Ministry's data revealed that 172,985 visitors arrived in November, up from 163,658 in the same month last year. This reflects the country's year-on-year growth, with the total number of arrivals in the first 11 months standing at 1,837,633. As a result, the government is confident of reaching its 2024 target, with expectations to surpass 2 million visitors, especially with December's expected influx of 162,367 tourists. As of November 2024, an average of 5,485 tourists arrived in the Maldives daily, showing the sector's strong performance. The consistent growth in tourism can be accredited to several factors, such as effective marketing strategies, the appeal of its pristine beaches, and the recovery of global travel conditions. The Maldives' peak tourist months were February, with 217,398 visitors, and January, which recorded 192,385 arrivals. Despite a dip in arrival in May, when only 119,875 tourists visited, the overall trend has been upward throughout the year, with November rounding up the figure with a near record number of arrivals. The government anticipates a further boost in the economy in 2025, with predictions of 2.2 million tourists. As a vital sector of the Maldivian economy, tourism is set to continue as a primary driver of growth.
The Maldives Meteorological Services Met Office issued a white alert warning of strong winds and rough seas across the country today. The alert is in effect from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., with winds expected to reach speeds of 19 to 24 miles per hour and sea conditions anticipated to be rough during this period. In a statement, they noted that while current weather conditions are challenging, winds and seas are likely to begin easing from tomorrow. Heavy to very heavy rainfall is forecast at isolated locations in the southern parts of the country over the next 24 hours, while light to moderate rain or thunder showers may occur in other areas of the south. Met Office also cautioned that the rough sea conditions could extend to other regions. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back shortly with more updates. Until then, stay informed and take care.